Behind me is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and check out this view of the mountains right there. We're about equal with the clouds. We're at a campground called Mile High Campground, and we are at Site 20 this week. And this summer we are camping from the oceans to the mountains and all over the southeast. And so we're going to show you some of the cool sites that we visit this summer and hopefully tell you what the best parts of each campground we are at and maybe some tips and tricks you can have if you're gonna go camping. And this week we're at Mile High Campground, and this is an awesome site. So let's talk about what makes this site so great. It really is a chill little campground, which is super fun, especially with the family. But they do have running water, they have heated showers, and they have bathrooms. Up on this campsite, or up on this road with the campground, there is a little bathroom and some water here, which I did learn the water is tested daily, so you know it's good water. But there's some dishwashing area, and there's two of the bathrooms, which are pretty nice. And they do have a bigger bathhouse with water and showers that is heated, and so that is really nice. But yeah, see, just a nice calm little campground on the top of this mountain. So one of the cool things about this campground is you are on top of a mountain, and so you have amazing views all over the place. And you can see the stars, you can see everything. In the morning, it's always really foggy when you get up, just almost every time. So you almost have to expect that you're going to get wet. It just happens every time we're here. But usually it clears out and everything goes well. Another cool part about this campground is that they do have a lot of elk that live in the area, and there have been elk that walk around the campground. Personally, we have not seen any elk yet, which we really want to, and we've been here quite a bit, but we haven't seen any yet. And so that's kind of on our bucket list of things that we want to see. There's an elk! Right there!
There's an elk! Take a picture.
I am. Well, we did see our first elk right here. We haven't seen one till now. There it is. We're camping with an elk. There it is at the top of the mountain. Look at it just walking by right through the campground. Leave it alone. Let it go. Just let him be. Now to the part we're going to ask my boy what his favorite part of this campground is, and what's your favorite part?
My favorite part is there's a great view of the Smoky Mountains, and we're also pretty close to the view of the sunset. There's a platform near the front office where at nighttime you can see the beautiful sunset.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it faces the sunset, so you can watch the sunset go down every night if it's not too cloudy.
I normally don't actually watch the sunset. I just roll down the hill.
There is a hill, and all the kids play on the hill. But you can watch the sun go over the mountain and then disappear. It's really, really cool. If you are here, that is worth going. And the whole campground will go down there. Everybody that's here will kind of go hang out there, and you get to see a bunch of people and meet a lot of people that are here, which is pretty cool. There are many different spots here, and a lot of the spots have great views. We found that it's easier to book a spot when we are here and do it in person. Or you just call in and book a spot, but we have found that when we're here, we just kind of book for the summer that we're here, and then maybe for the next summer to get spots that we really like. But when you see a spot, then you know, oh, this is a spot that I want to get, and so that makes it really easy and fun. So this week we are at spot number 20, and as you can see, it's a really big spot. We have the tent style set up over here, we have the tent set up on this side, and there's still plenty of room. I know people bring their RVs and park them back here. There's like a certain length. Then we did bring a shelter because it does rain, or it does get so humid that the water's just everywhere. But here's the fire, and if you just watch right here, you can see the amazing view. So this is how big our spot is. So if you like a spot that's pretty private, this one's great, because if you walk out to where the car is, there is a spot over there, but you can't really see the people, and there's trees between these spots right here. And so you can't see all the other campers that are at this campground. Maybe over there if there's somebody there, but right now there's nobody here. Let's quickly talk about some of our positives and negatives. Honestly, I don't really have any negatives. Maybe you're just gonna get wet because every morning you're in the clouds and you will just kind of just get moist. Everything gets a little wet around here. But for negatives, I don't really have much. You're a little bit further away from town, but Maggie Valley isn't very far away if you just want to go over there and get some food, or you need to buy something that you forgot. So there's not a lot of negatives. That's basically all I got for that. Positives, I have noticed that the cell phone coverage has gotten better every year. I mean, I have 4 bars of 5G right here at spot 20, which is crazy for where we are. So the tower must be fairly close. If I go the other side of the road, it did drop a little bit, but we're getting to the point where I've mostly had reception out here, and 3 years ago I didn't. So it seems to be getting better. If that's something that you care about, it is kind of nice to just know you have reception in case something goes on. The towns aren't too far away. We went into Silva and got supper, got barbecue, and that was about a 40-minute drive away. We don't normally leave and go eat other places, but it was going to rain, so we thought we'd go try something new. Some of the things to do in the area, there's the casinos, a lot of restaurants, a lot of motorcycle stuff. There's a big motorcycle museum not far from here for people that like to adventure out. Things to bring if you're camping out here, just your normal camping stuff. We bring our little batteries in case you need something like that, you know, to keep a phone charged or anything that you want to keep charged, cameras, different types of equipment. But our lights are these old gas lights, so that's what we use. Plus it gives off some heat, so it's a little bit chilly tonight, but I've got warmth right here on me, so that's good. And because of all the trees, there are lots of places to hang hammocks. So if you like hammocks, almost every site that I've seen has enough trees to hang a hammock. So I wouldn't worry about that. Some people really like their hammocks. We have our big tensile, and we do prefer spots that we can hang that. I did today see some elk for the first time. After 3 years, I hadn't seen any elk, so I was finally excited to see some elk. And right after this morning, when I said I hadn't seen any elk, an elk walked basically right behind our site. It was really quiet, so they're pretty sneaky. You didn't even know it was there. And then it kind of walked through and just kept eating and walking around. They said it was a male elk, so that was just cool to see him walk through. I know they said they're probably having some babies a couple weeks ago because some of the female elk were a little bit more not happy with people bothering them. But this elk, it knew we were there, and they say just let it know that you're here. But they're pretty used to people, so it wasn't a huge deal for them to see us. But it was pretty cool for us to see the elk. So on that, we'll see you next week at our next campground.